from Plans Meet Paper, and today I wanted to come on and chat with you all about the FlyLady system. For those of you that are new to my channel, I've been doing the FlyLady system for quite some time, probably 3 years now, but I recently moved and I'm also pregnant with my second child. And so I definitely fell off the bandwagon for a long time, like several months, just trying to get settled into the new house, and then also being very ill with morning sickness during my first trimester and some of my second trimester with this pregnancy. So I'm feeling better now, and I showed just real briefly last video these routine cards that I made myself. And several of you guys had asked to hear a little bit more about them. So I thought I'd just give you an update about how restarting the FlyLady system is going for me, and just show you these cards and kind of touch base on how everything's going. So I hope there's not too much of a glare. I'm sitting in my basement, so there's some weird lighting going on, but I was trying not to wake the baby up. So this is where I'm at for today. But I've got one card for my morning, afternoon, and evening routine. And these are I literally just typed up the steps that I felt would make my day run the smoothest. And I did base these off of the FlyLady's routines, which you can find on her website, which is flylady.net. I will link her website down below. Definitely start there if you haven't heard of the FlyLady system before, because she's the creator, so I'm sure she's the best. But these were just the routines that I have set for myself, at least for the time being. And so I'll just kind of show you the morning routine just to give you a little bit of a idea. So for instance, in the morning, I find when I get up in the morning, I make my bed, I get all the way ready, get on my clothes for the day, try to maybe put a little bit of makeup on, get my hair ready, so I just feel better. That is a great way to start. I also try to swish and swipe 2 bathrooms in the morning. I do my master bathroom after I'm done getting ready, and then I also do the half bath downstairs. And the master bathroom I do, like I said, as soon as I'm done getting ready. The half bath, if I have time to do it before my son wakes up, I will. If not, I'll just do it after he's awake and just kind of in the morning at some point. I also try to start 1 load of laundry every day. I've got to remember to feed my dog every day. Not that he would let me forget. He wouldn't. But I put it on here anyways. I try to do a devotion every morning. Eat breakfast, of course, vitamins, check my calendar and my to-do list for the day just to make sure I'm on track. Make sure I do the breakfast dishes and wipe down the counters. Like I said, swish and swipe the half bath at some point. And then think about dinner and make sure if I need to thaw anything, I get it thawing first thing in the morning. So that's my morning routine. You can see I've got some stars next to a few things. And that's just something I've added in the last week or so. You can see that that is true for all 3 of the routines, morning, afternoon, and evening. And those are things that I've found. I've been doing these routines for probably about a month and a half now, since I kind of started trying to restart this all. And those are the things that I find myself forgetting to do sometimes, or I don't know if forgetting is the right word, avoiding, not doing, some of them forgetting, just depends on which one. So those are the ones that I'm trying to really focus on this month in particular. This is June 2020. And the rest of them, for the most part, now that I've been doing it for about a month or a little more, I feel like I have really made a habit, and I don't have a hard time remembering to do them or avoiding them. So those ones I feel like I don't really even need to look at most of the time anymore. I definitely don't need to track them or check them off every single day. Some days I do if I just feel like that will give me some motivation to check things off. But the starred ones were the ones I wanted to focus on. So I'll come back to those starred ones here in a second for my goals for June. But I did want to mention, so these I just typed up on Microsoft Word, the routines I wanted to do, and then I printed them off on regular printer paper, and I just literally stuck them onto some 3x5 cards. This is an index card, regular index card, and I just laminated them with packing tape, just because that's what I had. I didn't want to run out and get anything during this whole pandemic, so I just used what I had. And they've been working great. They've been holding up really well. I think I'd do it the same way if I were to do it again, at least for the time being. And I use this Sharpie marker. It is, a 2.1, but I usually use the fine point Sharpie marker. And if I do want to check anything off, or if I need to write anything on there, so you can see I've added Etsy YouTube email to my afternoon routine. I just kind of forgot to put those on when I typed it, but I wanted to make sure I think about them and check on them every day. So that's why I just wrote those in at the bottom. What I do also to remove this, if I use it to check off the boxes, is I use these little alcohol prep pads. So these are just like isopropyl rubbing alcohol. And I got these originally from the dollar store. I think they still have them there. They're really tiny little pieces of gauze with rubbing alcohol on them, and they work perfect for erasing Sharpie marker off of lamination. And they're super convenient because I can just keep them here in this pocket of my Malden up in the front, and I don't have to, go upstairs and get a cotton ball and the bottle of rubbing alcohol and everything every day. So I found that super helpful. I think that's the gist on these cards. And if you have any other specific questions about them, definitely feel free to leave that in the box below, and I will chat with you about that down there. Hopefully you can get a good view in this screen of all 3 routines, so you can kind of see what I do each day. And to add to this, so this is what all I've been doing for the last month, is really focusing on the daily routines, the FlyLady's book, and a lot of the people that I follow here on YouTube to give me some motivation for FlyLady, such as Diane in Denmark, the Secret Slob, her name is Stephanie, and there's a couple other people, but those are the main 2 that I follow. All of them will tell you, if you're trying to restart or if you're starting from the beginning, always start with the daily routines. That's the most important. And so if you do nothing else, do your daily routines. So that's what I've been focusing on. I've also been doing a weekly home blessing, which I will show you what I do for that. Here's my tab that is my control journal. I've just got a few notes here just from the FlyLady's book, things that I found motivational. And then these are some notes also from her website and from the book. This is the weekly home blessing. So each week I do these 7 things. I do it on Mondays, and I'm trying really hard to not do more than an hour. That is something else that I wanted to mention in this video. If you followed me in the past, there have been times that I've gone over on the time limits for the different types of things that you do. So the weekly home blessing is supposed to be 1 hour if you follow the book exactly. And there have been times that I've definitely done more than that in the past, like an hour and a half, in order to really feel like I'm cleaning my whole house. However, with being pregnant and still not feeling 100% and not having a 1-year-old or 15-month-old, I just don't have any additional time. The 1 hour is all I've got in order to be able to maintain my home. And so I'm really trying to stick to that. I'd say this time around with the FlyLady system, I'm following it more precisely. I'm not editing it currently. I'm just really trying to follow it in its true essence, if that makes sense, and give it a really good shot as it was originally designed. So I'm really doing these 7 things. Some of them take me like 2 minutes. Some of them take me more time, but I keep the total amount of time to 1 hour on Mondays. And when the hour is up, I just stop and I tell myself, good job, you did it, and it's good enough. So that's my weekly home blessing. You can look all this up again on the website linked down below, but there is the weekly home blessing. And then just this month in June, I'm trying to start adding in the weekly plan and the zones. Zone cleaning I've done in the past for a long time. Like I said, I've always edited it and made it my own a little bit more. This time I'm trying to stick to the original zones, the original design of zone cleaning from the FlyLady, which is to do about 15 minutes per day and to use these 5 zones. The first week being entrance, porch, dining room, second week being kitchen, third week being bathroom and another room, fourth week being the master bedroom and bathroom, and then fifth week being the living room. And those are all the weeks in 1 month, by the way, 1 through 5. And so for those zones, I'm really sticking to it kind of exactly how it was designed. And again, I'm trying to really limit myself to not go over that 15 minutes because I just feel like I don't have the time or the energy. And so I'm trying to avoid burnout by cutting myself off at 15 minutes and letting good enough be good enough. So I will give you an update on how that's going once I've been doing it for longer. It's been a couple days, so I'm not sure yet, but the last couple days have been good. And then I wanted to just show you my monthly tracker. This is my monthly routine tracker, my monthly habit tracker for June. And this is how I am tracking or kind of helping myself work on those couple of habits, the ones that I starred on my cards that I'm struggling with, or I wouldn't say struggling with, but just need to make sure I'm consistent with every day. So I just put in here morning routine. That one is like the most important to me, is doing the morning routine every day. For the most part, I do almost all of those things naturally, but I just wanted to give myself a pat on the back for that. So checking it off. And then these were the things that I sometimes don't do on the morning routine that I need to make sure I do. So the devotion, the vitamins, and dinner prep, I want to make sure that I take the time to do those and be really intentional about them this month. So I added those individually. Same thing from the afternoon routine. I took the things that I need to really focus on and make sure I don't avoid or forget, and I added them in individually. So finish the laundry every day, do my zone cleaning, and then check Etsy, YouTube, and email. And then in the evening routine, same thing. The things that I sometimes avoid or forget, I just wrote in individually so I can track them just on their own and make a habit of them, be intentional about them for the whole month of June. So I hope that makes sense. This is just a 31-day habit tracker that I have here in my planner. I do sell this in my Etsy shop. I just thought I'd mention that in case you were wondering. I always get a few questions about that, and I will link my shop down below. So that's kind of an update on how FlyLady is going for me so far. I will film another video once I've been doing the zone cleaning for a little longer, but I just thought I'd touch on my daily routines and the weekly home blessing and how I've been doing that. If you have any questions or comments, always leave them down below. I love talking with you guys down there. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.